Hello class, this is lecture 3 of topic linear transformation. Today we will discuss matrix of a linear transformation. As you all know that linear transformation is defined between two finite dimensional vector spaces. Today we will learn how we can express the same linear transformation as a matrix multiplication. The benefit of expressing a linear transformation as a matrix multiplication is that any problem related to the linear transformation then can be solved by matrix multiplication only. So let us start with the scheme that how we can express a linear transformation as a matrix multiplication. Let V and W be two non-trivial vector spaces with dimension of V as n and dimension of W as m. Since dimension of V is equals to n, I'll consider a basis B of this dimension space considering of n elements and consider a basis C of vector space W which consists of m elements. So these two B and C are the ordered bases for V and W respectively. Now let L is a linear transformation from V to W. Now, for any small v belongs to capital V, we know that V of basis B, this is what? This is the coordinate vector of a V vector with respect to the basis B, and L of V with the square bracket of C, this means this is the coordinate vector of L of V with respect to the ordered basis C. Okay, why we are calculating the ordered basis of this small element V with respect to V? Because these elements belongs to V and the ordered basis for V vector space is this V, and L of V, this is an element of vector space W and the ordered basis for W is C. So I can calculate the coordinate vector of L of V with respect to the ordered basis C. Okay, so these are the two notation of the coordinate vectors. Now our aim is to find out a matrix A such that A multiplied with the coordinate vector of V is equals to coordinate vector of LV of C. Since this equation holds for all elements of vector space V, so we can write down it must hold for V1, V2, Vn which are basis vector in V, because these are nothing but the elements of capital V only. So if equation number 1 holds for all elements of a vector space V, then it must hold for V1, V2, Vn. Accordingly, A of V1 of B will be equals to LV1 of C, and we can write this thing up to n. Now, V1 of V, coordinate vector of V1 with respect to basis B will be equals to 1, 0, 0, 0. Similarly, for V2, it will be like this. For Vn, it will be like this. How? To find out the coordinate vector of V1 with respect to the basis B, what we have to do, write V1 in the linear combination of elements of basis B, and elements of basis B are V1, V2, Vn. So to find out the coordinate vector of V1 with respect to basis B, write down V1 in linear combination of these elements, and V1 can be written like this. So we get V1 is equals to 1, 0, 0, 0. So this is what we have written here, that V1, the coordinate vector of V1 with respect to basis B will be 1, 0, 0, 0 and so on. Similarly for V2 and similarly for Vn. Right? Now consider L of V1. Now this L of V1, this is an element of your W vector space because my linear transformation is defined from V to W, and the basis of my W vector space is representing by C, whose elements are W1, W2, Wm. It means if I consider any element of my W vector space, I can write down that element in a linear combination of these basis elements of W. The same thing we are doing here. L of V1 is an element of W vector space. Writing this thing in a linear combination of basis elements of W, which are W1, W2, Wm. Okay, so corresponding scalars can be A1, A2, Am. So we will write down this thing for n elements, V1, V2, Vn. Now I have to write down L of V2 again as a linear combination of W1, W2, Wm. Since I am writing all these elements in a linear combination of W1, W2, Wm, so I just thought of making a symmetry, that why don't we write down this thing in a symmetry form? So rather writing only A1, A2, Am, so let us write down it in the matrix notation. So L of V1 will be written as A11 W1, A21 W2 plus AM1 WM. Here, this first suffix, this is means this is the scalar of first basis element of W, W1. This second number is representing, we are writing this a linear combination of what? V1. So A2 means this is a scalar coefficient of the second element of the basis, and this second suffix is representing, this is the second coefficient of W2, but we are writing this linear combination for V1. Similarly for AM1, AM means this is a coefficient of Wm. This second suffix 1, this is telling us that this is the linear combination of V1. Similarly for L of V2, this will be A12. A1 means this is a coefficient of W1. The second this suffix is telling we are writing a linear combination for V2. Similarly, you can write down this thing for L of Vn. We have chosen only those elements, this V1, V2, Vn, which are the elements of my basis of the vector space V. Write down all these elements in a linear combination of basis of a W vector space. Now, write down the coefficient matrix in the form, this is A11, A21, Am1. This will become the first row. Similarly, the second linear combination, the coefficient will become the second row. Now, take the transpose of these matrices. This will come out to be this particular. This is M cross N matrices, and I say that this is nothing but this is a matrix A, which we want to find out. Now, to verify that above matrix is A, let me consider A into V1 of B, means A multiplied by coordinate vector of V1 with respect to basis B. Because in the starting itself, what we stated is, we want to find out a matrix A such that A into coordinate vector of V with respect to basis B is equals to coordinate vector of L of V with respect to the ordered basis C. Let us consider A into V1 of B. Substitute the value of A and V1 of V. Both the values we have already calculated. If you observe, this is nothing but this A11, A21 and AM1, which is equals to LV1 of C. This is nothing but the coordinate vector of LV1 with respect to the ordered basis C. If you will observe this thing from equation number 3, LV1, if you will write down the coordinate vector of LV1 with respect to C, it will be the coefficients A11, A21, AM1. Because what is the coordinate vector? This is, if you write down this in a linear combination of elements of the ordered basis, then you will get the corresponding coordinate vector. So this is LV1 with respect to C. Similarly, you can find out for V2. That means multiplying A with the coordinate vector of V2 with respect to the ordered basis B. It is coming out to be coordinate vector of LV2 with respect to basis C. Similarly, up to n elements, you can observe this thing. That means by matrix A is nothing but the first element is coordinate vector of L of V1 with respect to C. Second element is coordinate vector of L of V2 with respect to ordered basis C up to n elements. So this matrix is a matrix of linear transformation relative to the bases B and C, and we denote it by L, and we denote it by L of BC or A of BC. Moreover, it satisfies that A of BC multiplied with the coordinate vector of V with respect to ordered basis B is equals to coordinate vector of L of V with respect to the ordered basis C. Or each and every column of ABC is what? The first column is coordinate vector of L of V1 with respect to ordered basis C. Second column is coordinate vector of L of V2 with respect to basis C. And the last column is coordinate vector of L of V1 with respect to basis C. So basically, if you want to find out ABC, there are two things, one by using this equation, another by using this equation. If you have to find out directly ABC for some elements of V which are belongings to your vector space V, because my linear transformation is from vector space V to W, then what we will do for all the elements of my vector space V, firstly we will calculate the image of these elements of V under a linear transformation. Then these images will become a part of your W vector space. Then find out the coordinate vector of these images with respect to the ordered basis of W, and write down the coordinate vectors in column. That will give you the matrix A, B, C. So from this we are having a beautiful result which states that if V and W are non-trivial vector spaces with dimension of V as n and dimension of W as m, where let B equals to this and C equals to this with the ordered basis for V and W, and let L is a linear transformation from V to W, then there exists a unique matrices ABC such that ABC into coordinate vector of V with respect to the ordered basis B is equals to coordinate vector of L of V with respect to the ordered basis C. Further, the columns of ABC are what? The first column will be coordinate vector of L of V1 with respect to the ordered basis C. Second column will be coordinate vector of L of V2 with respect to the ordered basis C, and up to n. Now moving toward the example, find the matrix of a linear transformation defined by this equation with respect to the ordered basis B equals to this for P3, C equals to E1, E2, E3 for R3. What we have to calculate? We have to calculate matrix for linear transformation defined like this with respect to the ordered basis B, where B is ordered basis for your P3, C is ordered basis for your RQ. Here, this is my V and this is my W. Okay, so the very first step is we will calculate L of V for all V belongs to B. Means we will calculate the image of each and every element of the basis for P3, or you will calculate the image of each and every element of the basis of the vector space which is the domain of your linear transformation. Now, calculating L of V for all V belongs to B, the very first element is x cube. L of x cube will be equals to, if you see the linear transformation is defined like this, x cube can be written like this because the linear transformation is defined in this manner. So for the convenience, I have written x cube like this. Now, if you compare both the things and the end result is what? Defined like this, then you will get 0, 0, 1 because the first element is A0 plus A1. So here if you will compare, A0 is 0, A1 is 0. That means the first element will be 0 here. Second element is 2A2, means the coefficient of x square. The coefficient of x square here is 0. So the second element will become 0. The third element is A3 minus A0. Now here A3 is 1. A0 is 0, 1 minus 0, that means 1. So the image of first element of this basis comes out to be 0, 0, 1. Similarly, you will calculate the image of other elements of the basis B, that means L of x square, L of x, and L of 1. Now, the next step will be finding out the coordinate vector of L of V with respect to the ordered basis C, right? Because here, each and every coordinate vector for my single V will become the column of my matrix A, B, C. Now, very firstly, we'll do finding out the coordinate vector of L of x cube with respect to the ordered basis C, because my first element is L of x cube. Here you should not change the order because we are dealing with the ordered basis. If the ordered basis is x cube, x square, x and 1, so you will continue in the same manner because these are the ordered bases, and coordinate vector will depend upon the arrangement of your elements in the basis. Now to calculate ordered basis, to calculate the coordinate vector of L of x cube with respect to the ordered basis C, we need to write down this image 0, 0, 1 in a linear combination of ordered basis C. Means write down this in terms of E1, E2, E3. So writing 0, 0, 1 in a linear combination of this will be equals to 0, 0, 1 only. Similarly for x square, x and 1. If you observe these coming out to be the same numbers only, reason being is a standard ordered basis because it is basically 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. That's why it comes to be the same numbers only. Okay, so these are the coordinate vectors. That means ABC will be, the first column will be this thing. That means the first column is coordinate vector of L of V1. V1 is the first element of my basis B of vector space V. Okay. Second column is coordinate vector of my second element of the basis of my vector space B. And the second element of the ordered basis of my P3 is x square. That means this will become the second entry. Similarly for the third and fourth entry. So this is your matrix of linear transformation. Now the next question is compute a coordinate vector of L of V with respect to the ordered basis C, where V is equals to this. Now this V is another element of P3, right? By using ABC. This is your given vector V, and the coordinate vector for the given V with respect to the ordered basis B will be equals to 5, -1, 3, 2. Because to find out the coordinate vector for the given element of the vector space, what we need to do, write down this element in a linear combination of elements of your basis. Now, the elements of my basis are x cube, x square, x and 1. So, writing this element in a linear combination of these things will give me the coordinate vector, and clearly the coordinate vector is 5, -1, 3 and 2. Now multiplying ABC with the coordinate vector of the given V with respect to the ordered basis B, this is equals to this, and hence the coordinate vector of L of V with respect to the ordered basis C is equals to this thing. So this is your answer. Otherwise also we can check now to find out the coordinate vector for the given V. The given V is 5x cube minus x square plus 3x plus 2. LV of C means finding the coordinate vector of this V. Firstly, you need to calculate its image, then calculate the coordinate vector. So this we have calculated by using this particular result, or by using the matrix multiplication, or you can say by using the matrix of your linear transformation. Now, if you have to calculate it directly, so firstly you will calculate L of this V, which is equals to 5 - 2, 3. How it comes? This is by the definition of the L, how the mapping is defined, or how the linear transformation is defined in the question. Next step is to find out the coordinate vector of this L of V with respect to the ordered basis C. Means write down 5 - 2, 3 in a linear combination of E1, E2, E3. Because C is what? This is an ordered basis given by E1, E2, E3. And clearly, this is nothing but 5 minus 2 and 3. So both the answers are same. So you can calculate this by using either method. Now coming to example number 2. Find out the matrix of linear transformation defined like this with respect to the ordered basis D and E. Okay. So whenever you are calculating the matrix of the linear transformation, the very first thing is you always calculate it starting with the basis of this, going towards the basis of this. Means if D is the basis of P3, E is the basis of R cube, then the matrix of this particular linear transformation will be A, D, E. Means this suffix DE will be like the first part of this suffix will be basis of your this vector space V, which is the domain of your linear transformation. Okay. So here we need to calculate A, D, E. So the very first thing what we will do is find out the image of each and every element of D. Means firstly find L of V for all V belongs to D. And then lastly, we will calculate the coordinate vector for each and every this element with respect to the ordered basis E. So calculating L of V for each and every element of your basis D. Here you can see the basis D consists of x cube plus x square plus x plus 1 and 1. Calculating the images of these elements under the linear transformation L as it is defined in the question. So these are the images of all the elements of your ordered basis D. Now next step is write down each and every image in terms of linear combination of elements of E, because when you will write down these images in the linear combination of elements of E, that will give you the coordinate vector of these L of V in terms of your ordered basis E. That means writing 0 to 1 as a linear combination of elements of E, and the elements of E are given by these three. That means this will be A11 into this plus A21 into this plus A31 into this. Here it is not necessary that you should write down the notation like A11, A21, A31. You can write down A, B, C, and for the second D, E, F, whatever is convenient to you. The only thing is the main part is write down the image L of V in a linear combination of elements of basis of E. Okay, now solving all the equations one by one, you will get the values of these coefficients. You can solve these equations like from the first equation. How many equations you will get here? 3 by 3 system, here also 3 by 3, here also 3 by 3, here also 3 by 3. Okay, so one things you can calculate it differently or simultaneously also. How you will calculate all the coefficients simultaneously? By using the row reduced echelon form, because these vectors are same, so we can write down this thing in a left hand side form, that minus 2 1 minus 3 1 minus 3 0 3 minus 6 2, and here in the right hand side you will write down these vectors. When you will apply the row reduced echelon form, this form will become the values of these scalars. So it depends upon you which method you want to apply, or solving this first equation firstly, then second, then third, then fourth, or simultaneously by using the row reduced echelon form. Once you get all these values, that means coordinate vector of this L of V with respect to ordered basis E means 0 to 1 is the image of my this first vector x cube plus x square. Finding out its coordinate vector with respect to E will be equals to minus 1, 1 and minus 1, because the values comes out to be minus 1, 1 and minus 1. This is for your equation number 1. This is minus 1, A21 is 1 and A31 will come out to be minus 1. right? So how you write down the coordinate vector? The coordinate vector of this element with respect to the ordered basis E will be the values of A11, A21 and A31. Since the values are -1, 1 and -1, that means the coordinate vector of this element with respect to the ordered basis E is -1, 1 and -1. Similarly for the other vectors, and hence finally ADE will become like this, because the first element, the first coordinate vector, this will become the first column, this will become the second column, this will become the third column, and this will become the fourth column. Now next is compute the coordinate vector of this particular V with respect to the ordered basis E using a matrix ADE. So firstly, we will write down this in a linear combination of elements of D. That means you can write down like this. Solving this thing, we will get the coordinate vector for this given V with respect to the ordered basis D, which comes out to be 5, -6, 9 and -7. Now, by using this result, we need to find out the coordinate vector of L of V with respect to the ordered basis E. So multiplying ADE with VD, this comes out to be this. That means coordinate vector of L of V with respect to the ordered basis E is given by this particular column. If you want to calculate it directly, firstly calculate the image of this thing. This is by definition of L. Now to calculate the coordinate vector of L of V with respect to the ordered basis E, we need to write on this in a linear combination of elements of basis E. That means writing 5 - 2, 3 in a linear combination of elements of V. Here also you can observe that you will get the values of A as -17, B as 43 and C as -24. And hence the coordinate vector of L of V with respect to the ordered basis E is equals to -17, 43 and -24, which is same as you have calculated by using the matrix multiplication. So that's all for this particular topic.